morning. Hello, everyone. It's Instructor Lunga here from Blue Chevron, and today I just want to talk about the safety of children in and around vehicles. As parents, we need to understand how important it is that we make sure that children are safely buckled up when they're sitting in vehicles in an appropriate position and child seat. So let's start with why it's important for children to be securely fastened into their seat. So when you've got toddlers and very young children, one of the biggest injuries that they can sustain in a car is what's called shaken child syndrome. This happens when the brain is subjected to high G forces. So, in an impact, for example, when the child is thrown violently forward into the back of the seat or the dashboard and then back again as they bounce off, the brain will move forward and strike the skull inside the head, and then it will go back and hit the back of the head and then forward again and then back, and the result of that is severe swelling inside the brain, and this can cause death or severe brain injury if it is not treated. So, having painted that gruesome picture, let's talk about how we can prevent such things from happening. So, when your child is born, obviously they're far too small to sit in a normal sit and use adult seat belts. So, one of the things you should be planning for as you're expecting your child is to budget for and purchase a child seat. They come in different ages. So I think up to the age of about 12, you'll probably need to have a child seat, depending on how tall your child gets. So with a child seat, there's different positions where you can put your seat in the car. So the best position is in the back seat to the left hand side, next to the left rear door. The reason for this is you can see your child in your mirror, as you can see in the video here. So when you need to speak to them, you can just turn like that, and you have eye contact. So they should definitely not be behind you here, unless you've got two or three kids and then the older one is behind you in the seat. But if you are just starting off and you've got one munchkin, they can go in the left on a booster seat, a child seat, where they're sitting high and they can see out of the windows and they can see you. Those seats usually have multiple points of seat belts where they restrain the child, and they designed also, you'll see there's a headrest on each side here. So all of that is designed to keep the child from moving forward, and then the head from bouncing left and right. So in that way, you're able to protect them. And I've seen children who've survived vehicle rollovers where the car has rolled multiple times, and the parents might be hurt, but the child is sitting there, and they're fine. So that's the first thing, is to get a child seat. Now, as the child gets older, you'll have to exchange that seat. Obviously, as a parent, if you're really organized, I'm sure you can even find groups and stuff that will give you used car seats and stuff. And then as the children get older, there'll be a tendency to want to sit in the front seat here. Generally, a child should not be sitting in the front passenger seat unless they can see over the dashboard. Firstly, that helps you to deal with car sickness, but also it's an indicator of how effective this seat belt is, because the seat belt, it's a 3-point seat belt. It uses the three strongest parts of your body here, so it's your collarbone and your two hip bones on the sides. So if a child cannot wear this comfortably, then that means they're still too small to sit in the front seat. Okay, so now we're talking about how to do it right. Some of the things that we see on the road, and they all have different levels of severity and implications for your child's well-being. Let's start with the one that kills me the most. That's the child who's standing in the front passenger footwell. So they're standing in front of the passenger seat, about 2 centimeters from the dashboard. Now, the problem with that is in the dashboard, there is an airbag with an explosive inside. So if the vehicle is involved in a front collision, it doesn't matter how severe or light it is. It could actually be quite a light collision. But if that airbag deploys, it's coming out at over 300 meters per second. That is the speed of a bullet as it leaves a gun. So that child is going to get slammed so hard in their face. And I mean, I don't want to get gruesome, but yeah, you can just imagine the kind of injuries that your child will get. So imagine if you brake late and you hit the back of another vehicle. Your car is probably going to be repairable, but now your child has been struck by that airbag, and it's quite bad.